Hi.
Hello.
Last week we talked about what we'd order on the Wonder.
Yep.
It made me hungry.
Yep. I'm always hungry for Disney Cruise Line food.
This week we're going to move on to the Fantasy and the Dream because they pretty much have the same restaurants.
Yep.
All four ships have Animator's Palette, which we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
The Fantasy has Royal Court, and the Dream has Royal Palace, which are pretty much the same thing, and it has the same menu as Triton's on the Wonder and Lumiere's on the Magic. So, today we're really just going to talk about Enchanted Garden, which is the third dining room on both the Dream and the Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. And then, funnily enough, we'll also talk about Star Wars Day at Sea, which when we took our cruise on the Fantasy, we actually ate in Enchanted Garden. But for Star Wars Day at Sea, it doesn't really matter where your rotational dining puts you, you'll have the same menu no matter what. So, just funny that it happens to be
we were
Enchanted Garden.
Dining room all three
Yeah.
times. Enchanted Garden's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really cool. It's a more mild version, in my opinion, of Animator's Palette, in the respect that when you walk in, it's really nice. It looks like a nice garden. You have these pods on the ceiling, and as the meal goes forward, the pods actually open up and bloom. So it's actually really cool. And then in the center, they have a really cool fountain with Mickey in it. It's just a really great ambiance. We've eaten there not only during dinner, but we've also eaten sit-down breakfast there during our last cruise on the Dream. So, Miriya liked the muesli.
I did. It's a fun restaurant, and the ceiling lighting changes colors throughout the meal, like the sun is setting as well. So, they're on the Fantasy, or I guess longer cruises on the Dream if you eat in Enchanted Garden twice. There are two different menus. So we'll start with the first one, which is the only menu you'll see on the Dream on a 3-night cruise.
Yeah.
So, sorry, gotta move this a little closer. I got good eyes, but I can't zoom into this picture, so it's not that good.
Yeah.
So the appetizers are cucumber garden roll, ahi tuna and avocado tower, North Atlantic lobster ravioli, and applewood smoked bacon wild mushroom tart.
Everybody raves about the ahi tuna tower. There are people...
I don't like tuna.
Yeah.
I don't like avocado.
There are people that we've seen get 2 or 3 of them. There's people, other vloggers that order 5, 6 of them in a meal. I like fish. I like sushi. Not a huge
You got it
fan.
once.
Yeah, I got it once to see what the rave was, but it wasn't that great. Now, you want to talk about a absolutely delicious appetizer. It's actually one of the ones that we chose, was the applewood smoked bacon wild mushroom tart.
Yep.
Now that is good right there.
It's tasty.
It is. It's got that bacony flavor to it, the earthy mushroom, the puff pastry from the tart. Ooh.
It's good.
It's really good. Close second for me, at least, looking at my answers, was the lobster ravioli. It comes in a tomato
broth.
Yeah, tomato like fish broth, and then it's a single large ravioli that has lobster in it. And it's really good. It's something light. It's simple. If you don't want something too heavy, I would say go with that.
I know some people don't like the broth because they want a thicker sauce, but I think it's good.
Yeah, it's definitely really good. You don't really need it. You're eating it for the delicacy of the lobster, and you don't want like a heavy sauce to do it. It's more just, like I said, a broth to gain that tomatoey flavor. So
you said you'd go with?
I said I'd go with the lobster ravioli and the applewood bacon wild mushroom tart.
I'll go with the tart as well.
Yeah.
Additionally, there are soups and salads. There's an heirloom tomato soup, cream of green asparagus, a spinach and raspberry salad, and a romaine wedge. None of them are bad, but
No.
nothing that, you know, I absolutely have to eat either.
Yeah, and we tend to eat our salads when we go to like cabanas
They got a
for
good
lunch.
salad bar.
Yeah, we like to build your own salad bars.
You can get a good salad at Fillmore's as well.
Yeah, you can. The pre-made ones, those are good, and you can add as many add-ins as you want. So, but we try and we don't really stick to salads for dinner mostly. We like to try we like to try random things.
The bread service is also a multi-grain and country currant roll with chickpea garlic puree. I'll pass on the puree, but the bread is good.
I like the chickpea puree. It's actually really good. It's got that nice hummusy note to it with the freshness of there's a lemon squeeze that they put in there. And it's really good. So. Then moving on to our entrees. The entree list is actually really extensive. If you want to cover that, I can't see it.
Okay, so there is caramelized sea scallops, pan-seared sea bass, marjoram-scented roast chicken, seared pork tenderloin medallion, slow-roasted prime rib, and then the vegetarian options include the cucumber garden roll, spinach and raspberry salad, heirloom tomato soup, pearl barley cakes with shallots, leeks, and rosemary, and glazed portobello mushrooms. And then there's a harissa lamb salad under the lighter note offerings.
You know what's actually really interesting is, I mean, we've only sailed on a Dream class ship twice, but in those 3 meals that we've had, 3 or 4 meals that we've had at Enchanted Garden, I actually haven't gotten the prime rib. I usually like it. You did? Oh, that's right.
I did the first night.
That's right. Usually I'm the beef person, and I go straight for the big, expensive cuts of meat. But for this one, I've actually eaten the sea bass, which is really good. But for my choice, I actually chose the sea scallops. They are actually really good. For all of these things, you'll see that we have pictures of them. But it's really good.
And you're not really a scallop person.
I'm not a scallop person, but the scallop is perfectly cooked. It has asparagus with it, and if you look at the arrangement, actually the picture's going to be over here. If you look at the arrangement, it's set up delicately, and then it comes with, I'm pretty sure, couscous.
Yes, sun-dried tomato couscous, caramelized leeks, and red wine veal jus.
Yeah, I actually prefer to eat the scallops off to the side of the couscous, but the couscous is really good as well. The sun-dried tomato flavor really comes through. You don't really get as much of the shallot, but and then the asparagus. Asparagus is always good. I personally like mine a little bit more crispy, but that's the way we make it at home. Yeah. So for my meal, out of all of those, because I've had a good amount of them or tasted them because of Miriya, the sea scallops definitely stick with me.
I'm going to go with the seared pork tenderloin medallions. They come with roasty potatoes, which are pretty much potato pancakes, collard greens, and a morel cognac sour cream sauce. So it's pork, baked, and it's yummy.
Yeah, it really is. The pork comes out really nicely. They give you 3 medallions, which you'll see right over here. And yeah, you can't go wrong with it.
Oh, there it is. Sorry. Looking for the dessert menu. I got it set up a little bit better this week.
A little bit more organized.
Yes. The dessert menu includes warm sticky date pudding, a chocolate garden torte, an orange yogurt cake, and a chocolate brownie sundae. The signature dessert is a southern-style pecan tart, and there is also a lemon raspberry mousse.
So
this
for me,
no-brainer.
Yeah, this one's a no-brainer. We've had it many a times, not just on the fantasy or the dream, but the warm sticky date pudding. It is Christmas on a plate.
Yummy.
It really is. You can smell it. It's got those really good, rich notes. It's got this floral. Oh crud! I can't even think about it. But
comes with a butterscotch sauce, which is nice and caramely.
Yeah.
and vanilla ice
Vanilla
cream.
ice cream, yeah.
So again, the warm dessert, the cold ice cream with the sauce, and the ice cream cuts through the richness of the sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really
So
good.
I think we'd get 2 of those.
Yes, definitely.
We've also had the yogurt cake, which is quite good,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had con tart, which is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can really go wrong with a
No.
cruise line dessert.
No, but of the choices, the sticky date pudding is the
Yeah.
one that we always come back to. It's not that we would leave any of them. It's just that's the first one that we go to. We're like, okay, what are we having? Sticky date pudding, no brainer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It is. It absolutely is.
The second menu is it's kind of got a feeling like the first night in Tiana's menu a little bit.
Yeah, it's got like a New Orleans kind of spice, southern kind of feel to it, definitely.
So the second menu includes, for appetizers, salmon gravlax, Enchanted Garden platter, garlic and parsley sautéed shrimp, and poached green and white asparagus spheres.
Yeah. So for me, I chose the Enchanted Garden platter. It's basically a charcuterie board. It comes with salami and different sliced meats, some cheeses, and then a little breadstick on the end.
It says peach marmalade too.
And peach marmalade, yeah. It's really good. It really is. I think they serve something similar at Rapunzel's royal table as well.
I think it's
the Flynn Rider,
something
to that effect.
But they also have it at Tiana's.
Yeah, they also have it at Tiana, so it's a good one.
I would go with the garlic and parsley sautéed shrimp, and it's served on jambalaya rice.
Yep.
Yum.
It really is. The shrimp's always cooked really well, and then the jambalaya is not too overpowering.
No.
So.
There, for soups and salads, there's slow-cooked green lentil soup, wild forest mushroom soup, a pancetta salad, and coronation of mixed leaves. And it is the same bread as the first night, the multigrain and country currant rolls. So the because I don't do this often. The main course is. I cannot zoom on this. Okay, it zoomed, but now I don't know if I can move it. Okay, there we go. There. For the entrees here, you want to take a crack at it now, but it's super zoomed
Now
in.
I can see. Portobello triangoli pasta, served with white wine, thyme cream sauce, morel mushrooms, green asparagus, and then picked buttered kale with shaved Parmesan Reggiano. There's also grilled filet of turbot, oven roasted tom turkey breast, trilla veal, and then also a New York strip steak. Vanna, would you please move down? Beautiful. For vegetarian options, they have the brinjal bahi. It's curry basically, yeah. Then they've got a vegetable lasagna, and then for the lighter offering, they have the chickpea salad, as well as the steak, chicken, and then oven baked salmon.
Which is
yeah, it's a standard one. For this one, I've eaten a good amount of them, but I chose the portobello pasta. It sounds really good. It's a little bit lighter offering as far as the meat is concerned, but I haven't had that. But when we sailed,
sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. I've had the trilla veal and the strip steak before, so and they're good. But trying something new would definitely be the portobello pasta.
Yeah, it sounds tasty. So normally, if you paid attention last week, you know I'd go with the turkey. However,
that really screwed me up when I was looking for all these pictures. I was like, oh look, there's a turkey. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna go with the trio of veal. So it's got grilled tenderloin, pulled shank, and a filled pasta with sun-dried tomato and sage reduction. It's good. All the meat's super tender and flavorful, and it's just really good.
If you'll remember, I talked about the trio of veal at Tiana's last week. Like you said, it's very similar to the Tiana's menu. Just minor tweaks here and there.
And if you paid attention in last week's video, you could see that the picture of the trio of veal was not from Tiana's.
It was from here.
I could not find that picture because that was the first night on the ship, and it was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
So I went on a hunt and I found it from Enchanted Garden.
Hey, it works. That's why it's our own video, our own pictures.
Yes. So the most important part of the meal is dessert.
Dessert, yeah.
So the dessert menu is a tort that has it's glazed with apricot jam and raspberry sauce. It just sounds all saucy and yummy. A white chocolate bread pudding, a creme brulee cheesecake, and forest berry sundae. The signature dessert is a strawberry and cream tower, and the no sugar added is tiramisu. They all sound tasty.
They all really do, and we typically get the white chocolate pudding. For me, though, what I would choose is the strawberry and cream tower. I haven't had it before, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot of strawberry flavor. It's served with rich white chocolate, vanilla cream, and then it's basically it sounds like it's a strawberry shortcake kind of. And I've actually seen it a few times going past, and it looks like a strawberry shortcake with a white chocolate, vanilla cream, and then the strawberry compote. So
Sounds tasty.
Can't go wrong with notes like that. I mean, it just tastes like summer.
I'm gonna go with the tort as well as the white chocolate bread pudding. I love bread pudding.
Yes,
A lot.
Every time we see bread pudding on the menu, we get it.
Bread pudding is delicious. I will say though that the best bread pudding besides our homemade is the bread and butter pudding from Raglan Road. It
Absolutely. Oh, hands down.
So good. So good. But that's not a all the time
No,
thing because
it's
I've
really
seen,
rich.
I've seen the recipe and it's got a lot of butter.
That's how you make it so good.
Yeah. So if you're at Raglan Road though,
Yeah, get the bread and butter pudding. It's delicious.
So, moving on to the third menu. Again, not specific to Enchanted Garden. That's just where we happen to be on Star Wars night for dinner.
Yeah.
Is the Star Wars Day at Sea menu.
And one thing to note with Star Wars Day at Sea, and we'll throw a couple more pictures in there, is everything food-wise is decked out as Star Wars Day at Sea. There was a Lord Vader cheeseburger that we had.
Oh, yeah.
There was a pizza.
All the pizzas were themed that day. We had a Boba Fett pizza and something else.
There was also there was like a pulled pork burger. Like I said, we'll post pictures all along here with them.
Everything was good. You went into Cabana.
I went into Cabana's
and there was a brownie with a lightsaber and
it was there was a brownie with the lightsaber, and it was very similar to the one that you could get at Vanellope's, Sweet on You. But I mean, it was all really good. But the theming just throughout the whole day was really fun.
I mean, it was a fun cruise because Christian had just gotten super into Star Wars before the cruise. He liked Star Wars, but then as we were getting closer to the cruise, he got really, really into it, which was fun because I loved Star Wars when I was growing up, and I've always liked Star Wars. But then because he was watching it and learning more things about it, then I got more into it, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and he got into it so much that he actually, when we were getting ready to go on the cruise, asked to be part of the Jedi training. And luckily, once we got on the ship, we immediately went to guest services and asked if they had any more slots, which they actually did, which was really cool.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun. The whole day was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was definitely.
I can't wait to do another Star Wars Day at Sea.
Yeah, I would definitely do Star Wars Day at Sea. I know we want to do the Marvel Day at Sea if they continue that.
Star Wars was fun, but we're into Star Wars, but we weren't, decked out in super cool cosplay costumes or
also as you
Star Wars suits.
Yeah, there was a dude that was wearing a Star Wars suit pattern. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. But it was fun to meet the characters and eat the Star Wars food and do the activities and go to the trivia.
Yep.
Because we really didn't do that badly at the trivia.
No, we didn't.
Which was fun.
There were some super fans though.
Well, we didn't do too badly at the super fan challenge either.
No, we just aren't crazy.
Okay, I didn't have specific memorized what are the odds.
I bet you Sharon would have had some.
She got that one wrong when I asked her. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we wrote them all down.
She couldn't remember, but because Superfan was done in a way that everybody in the room was involved, but then the top 8 people were picked to move on.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to move on. I didn't even really want to be involved. I just wanted to sit and
just
watch
fun,
and see, how much of this Superfan knowledge I actually knew. Because once it got down to it, I did know a fair amount.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Scrolling through pictures.
I'm trying to see what the burger was.
I showed you the
the other one.
The pulled pork?
Yeah.
Okay, well, because Facebook doesn't like to upload things in order anymore.
That's accurate. It's down.
Really annoying. I wish it would upload things in order, but sometimes things don't work out.
Yeah. All the food was really good though.
Yeah.
You might not have got a picture of it.
Well,
I know we got a
because
picture
it was 2 different phones, and then now we're down to your phone's stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
There it is.
This is the sandwich, and I think we didn't get the sandwich because
no, we didn't get the Gorble melt panini, which is a smoked turkey, tomato, and American cheese on whole grain with whole grain mustard. We got the pulled pork sandwich, which wasn't really themed, but it was still
a sweet potato biscuit with coleslaw.
Yeah, it was really good though.
Everything was really good, but yeah. So let's talk about the menu.
Yeah, and it is quite extensive. It's got multiple pages. It's themed for different places. So this does get bigger. Okay, so the appetizers from Tatooine are the Sand People Salad, the Bantha Steak Empanadas, Lars Homestead Garden Salad, and Mos Espa Grand Arena Tailgate Sandwich. The appetizers from Naboo are Marinated OPC Killer, Jar Jar Binks Chowder, Padme Amidala Souffle, and the Gungan City Dumpling Soup. The bread service was a marbled bread with red pepper dip. Yeah, and that was really good. The red pepper dip, we've raved about it constantly, but as far as what I would choose for my appetizers, I would choose the Bantha Steak Empanadas as well as the Padme Amidala Souffle, which were really good. The empanadas were nice and meaty. The souffle, yep, it was a double baked cheddar cheese souffle with apple compote. That was so cheesy.
It was so good.
So good.
Creamy and
it was amazing. It really was.
So I would also go with the souffle. Yes, it was that good that I'm not sharing it.
Accurate.
I would also go with the tailgate sandwich. It was mini brioche buns with country ham and orange and cranberry marmalade.
I really like that orange and cranberry marmalade.
Yes.
And the slaw that you guys see on it, it just pairs well with the ham.
Sandwiches were so good.
Oh, they were. And you can't go wrong with brioche. I mean,
it's
buttery and delicious is what it is. But
all right.
Entrees.
So you want to do this? Or?
Yep, I can do this. So you can see it. All right. So For entrees from Coruscant, the Qui-Gon's crispy chicken. They also have Obi-Wan's shroom steak, Yoda's pappardelle pasta, and then the Jedi Temple salad. And then when we look at entrees from the dark side, I know, but from the Death Star, you've got Lord Vader's Nerf steak, Nerf herder, Sheev Palpatine bowl, and then a grilled bounty hunter fish fillet, and finally a Grand Moff Tarkin's spiced pork medallions. The lighter notes are the pretty much standard, the steak, chicken, and salmon. Now, looking at what I would get, I said it before, I usually go for the nice big cut of meat. It would be Lord Vader's Nerf steak. Now, that is a grilled marinated beef ribeye steak with roasted fingerling potatoes, collard greens, and sweet baby carrots served with a dark red wine truffle jus on the side. That ribeye was amazing. It was so tender. It wasn't really fatty. Now, typically, depending on the grade that you get of ribeye, it's got a nice big fat cap in the center. That really wasn't there, and I think it has to do with they gave it a quick sear, and then because they had to hold it at temperature, the warmth just. I mean, I did have to take some fat off, but it was really good, and their sauces are always really good. The red wine truffle jus was really good on it. You pair that with the fingerling potatoes, and it was really good. Now, there was multiple things that I would have wanted to get, but that ribeye was delicious. Absolutely delicious.
I would go with Qui-Gon's crisp chicken. It's served with force crushed potatoes, buttered green beans, a biscuit, and smoked bacon sauce. So, we did not try this last time, but it sounds super tasty. One thing that is no longer on the menu, apparently, this is the menu from this year, from 2020, not the menu from when we sailed. The Stormtrooper flatbread, which was absolutely delicious, is no longer on the menu, which is sad because
it was that good.
I would get it again. I'll pull up the menu that was from ours. It had caramelized red onion, brie cheese, walnut, peach, and spinach on a baked flatbread, drizzled with virgin olive oil, served with balsamic dressed arugula leaves. It was absolutely so good.
I would have ordered two if I would have known how good it was.
They definitely should bring it back.
Yes.
It was so good, but I guess it was replaced by the Palpatine bowl. I don't want to eat something that's inspired by the Emperor.
The Palpatine bowl is a plant-based chicken teriyaki with brown rice, roasted butternut squash, asparagus, broccoli, and green onions.
I mean, it sounds tasty,
but does.
It's the Emperor.
Couldn't they just have a fifth thing, or get rid of the fish? Don't have a fish dish. All meat all the time, except for the plant-based, apparently.
Yeah, the Bounty Hunter fish fillet is a rum marinated swordfish with black beans and roasted corn, and yeah.
Get rid of it. Bring back the Stormtrooper flatbread.
So good, man.
That's
so
what we
want. Okay, moving on to desserts, which are also so good. So the desserts from Alderaan are Princess Leia's warm apricot pudding, Galactic Senator Bail Organa flan, and Queen Brea Organa cake. And then the
desserts from Cloud City is the Calrissian velvet cake, Cloud City macarons, and then Han Solo's frozen in carbonite sundae. So for me, what I chose was the Cloud City macarons, as well as the Han Solo frozen carbonite sundae. Now, we had the macarons, we did not have the sundae, but just based on what is on there. The Carbonite Sundae has vanilla and dulce de leche ice cream with caramel popcorn with whipped cream.
It also has a little chocolate.
Oh yeah, a little Han and frozen in carbonite. For the macarons, it's a raspberry and lemon macaron served with raspberry and vanilla sauce.
So
and
like the top half of the macaron is raspberry and the bottom is lemon.
And it's absolutely delicious. And it's not just a small little macaron.
It's like this
yeah,
big.
It was pretty good size. Obviously, you'll see pictures or have seen pictures because
it's good.
Yeah, it was absolutely 100% good.
I too would get the macarons because yums. And I'm also going to go with the Queen Brea Organa cake. It is a light angel food cake served with fresh, what? It's a made up word. Compote of some sort. Sounds tasty. I like angel food cake. I like compotes. And I've also been reading a few books lately that, one about Princess Leia before she was, leader of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as a book about Padme, and in it, Padme met Queen Brea, which was kind of foreshadowing. Well, not really, because we already know what happened, but, highly recommend Leia by Claudia, I can't remember, and Queen's Shadow, and Queen's Peril. No, I just finished that. Now I'm reading another Star Wars book. I read a lot of Star Wars books. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool.
Star Wars Day at Sea. There's a lot of good food. And then, so don't eat breakfast.
Yeah. That's also not to mention the Star Wars buffet that happens after the show. At night, and that was also really good. I think we grabbed some stuff and brought it back, because Christian was really excited about it.
Yeah, we let him stay up until 11, and then he crashed.
Yeah, he crashed pretty hard. I think I just brought a few things back for us, but
how about the kids menu?
Oh yeah.
So the kids menu has to start, Chewbacca's cream of chicken soup and a Naboo garden salad. For the main event, carved Carillion sirloin of beef, Stormtrooper cheese pizza, and Master Yoda's mac and cheese. There's also Emperor Palpatine's pasta and Skywalker's grilled chicken skewer. And for dessert, there's C-3PO's favorite raspberry cheesecake and raspberry sauce, a Mickey bar, and ice cream.
Now, we're not gonna tell you what the kids would want. We'll let you comment about what you think Christian and Isabella would get.
And it's the same thing for both of them.
Same thing for both of them. We've been watching these videos. Comment with what you think Christian and Isabella went with for their food. We'll see how many people know and pay attention to our videos.
Yeah. And next week we'll talk about the magic.
Yep.
Talk about Rapunzel's and Marvel Day at Sea.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll do some research on Marvel Day at Sea, because like we said, we haven't been on Marvel Day.
We can tell you what we'd want to eat.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. We can also reference this when we end up going on our Marvel Day at Sea.
We'll see what we thought about what we got.
Yep.
So we've taken less of your time this week.
Yeah. But that's a good thing about having multiple of the same restaurants across the fleet. So
we'll see you next week to talk about the magic.
Yep. Like I said, let us know what you think the kids got. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.